Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is the Prince of Egypt. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I know this is supposed to be one of the best animated films of all time, really. I don't know too much about it. I know it's about Moses and the parting of the sea, but it's more about the brothers and their relationship. I think it's a musical as well. That's about as much as I have to go off of. So this was actually a request by Caleb Deering. So, you know, I'm quite a small channel. If there's any movies that you want me to react to, leave a comment and I'll add them to my list, and I can get to them quite quick, really. Before we get into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find full-length timer-based reactions, 1 week early access, and polls for upcoming shows and movies once the channel grows a bit. Also, I'm playing around with the editing. So I've got portrait mode on at the moment. Let me know what you think. It can be a bit janky kind of around the edges and around my hair. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm just trying it out for this. I think that's everything out of the way. So let's just jump into the film. I actually don't know too much about it. You know, I'm not religious or anything, so I know like general outline about Moses, but that's it really. I forgot it was animated there. I thought that was just a live action cloud. Okay, so it is musical. So I know he kind of goes from a slave and builds his way up. It is crazy how they built all of these structures back in the day. And you know, some of them are still standing and they built it all without modern technology, just ropes and pulleys and things. I pray we'll meet again. Ooh, got chills from that singing there. Hush now, my baby. Is this baby Moses? Sleep and remember my last lullaby. Flow gently for me. We're seeing some of the early CGI mixed with the 2D on the basket and the water as well, it looks like. It probably blended in a lot better when it wasn't on HD screens. Also, they were trying to send the baby away and then it shows up to royalty. And this is, so they're not actually brothers, they're step brothers or adopted brothers. So it's like he's destined to free everyone. It was like, even in that little bit of scene there, it was like she was giving more attention to Moses than Ramesses, already kind of setting up a rivalry there. And here they are, grown up.
Moses, admit it, you've always looked up to me. Yes, but it's not much of a view.
I'm trying to figure out who's who, because I saw on the Amazon Prime that it's Val Kilmer and Ralph Fiennes. I'm trying to figure out which one is which. A smiley face on it. Oh, okay. And that's how the Sphinx lost his nose.
You don't think we'll get in trouble for this, do you?
Yeah, of course not.
I seek to build an empire, and your only thought is to...
Ooh, a great shot.
Tearing it down.
I goaded Ramesses on, and so I am responsible.
the ancient traditions. When I pass into the next world, then you will be the morning and evening star. But one weak link can break the chain of a mighty dynasty. You will never have to carry a burden like the crown I will pass to Ramesses.
All he cares about is your approval. I know he will.
Yeah, you can tell it's already giving him like a inferiority complex. Nice transition. Is that Ramesses sitting at the top there?
Could have been worse.
The weak link in the chain. That's what he called me.
You're in trouble, young man.
Yeah. So Ramesses is Ralph Fiennes.
Might as well.
It seems like they have a good relationship at the moment, actually.
We present for your delectation and delight an exotic apparition stolen from far away.
Let us inspect this desert flower.
I am showing you all the respect you deserve.
Have her dried up. Sent to Prince Moses' chambers.
Nah, yeah, he has regrets because he was doing it all for show, you know, for the crowd. And he came from slavery if he doesn't even know it yet.
Right.
Is she even there? It's like a silhouette of something else. Yeah. Is this going to be his first time seeing poverty outside of his kind of protective palace life?
I tell you, Aaron, didn't I tell you? I knew he would return to us when he was ready.
Miriam, do you want us following?
Oh, is this the sister?
I told you?
Who never told me what?
You must know.
Be careful, slave.
Oh, my good prince. She's exhausted from the day's work. Not that it was too much.
Is that Jeff Goldblum?
Our mother set you adrift in a basket to save your life. Ask the man that you call father.
Needs to learn eventually, and he'll gain humility where Ramesses can't. Will he recognize the song?
Sleep and remember my last lullaby.
Yeah. Identity crisis. Ooh, this music.
And all I've ever known, all I ever wanted.
This is cool. Mixing up the animation. I'm guessing this is like a nightmare. Taking... Oh, okay. So he's imagining them taking him as a baby. Yeah. He's like reliving the memory. So did they slaughter all the babies? It was like there was a prophecy or something that one of the babies would free the slaves. So they slaughtered all of them. I keep forgetting that that's not his actual hair. It's just like a hat or something. So he found out the truth. Oh, the light in there, like his hand casting that shadow. It's gorgeous.
The Hebrews grew too numerous. They might have risen against us.
Oh, okay.
You didn't do this.
For the greater good. Sacrifices must be made. They were only slaves.
Everything I am is a lie.
No,
Why did you choose me?
we didn't, Moses.
Yeah, he just washed up.
When the gods send you a blessing, you don't ask why it was said.
Yeah, he's finally seeing it from another perspective. Now that he knows that they're his people, rather than, you know, seeing them as others. He's gonna get in trouble for this, for interfering. Oh. Is he dead? He just accidentally killed. He's gained the trust of his brother and sister. Is he just gonna flee now? Like completely?
What's going on? Moses!
Oh, just talk to him.
Let me go! No! I will make it so it never happened!
Nothing you can say can change what I've done.
Yeah, just because you can write it away, it doesn't take away the mental turmoil of it.
I'm not who you think I am.
You could get away, if you could get away with murder, it still affects you mentally afterwards, the guilt and everything.
Goodbye, brother.
Now Ramesses is gonna see this as a betrayal. How is he gonna survive out here? Because he doesn't have water or anything, he's just walking. He can't survive for long unless he finds some help. Be painful, huge sandstorm. He probably doesn't have the strength to help.
Aren't these your camels?
Oh, okay.
When we honor here tonight.
So they don't know who he is.
Please, sir, I wish you wouldn't.
Only Zephyr knows.
Done nothing in my life worth honoring.
Okay, so she's seeing that he's changed.
It seems you do not know what is worthy of honor.
A single thread in a tapestry, though its color brightly shine, can never see its purpose in the pattern of the design.
Yeah, even just, you know, small acts can help.
You must look at your life. Look at your life through heaven's eyes.
Oh, how long's he been here then? Quite a while.
So how do you measure the worth of a man in wealth or strength or size?
Wow. So real time skip here. Already married. It must have been a year at least. His beard's grown in. It's almost like he's forgotten about the royalty. But he's at peace here. Is that the baby that he helped birth? Leading him somewhere?
Who are you? I am that I am. What do you want with me? I have seen the oppression of my people in Egypt. And I shall send you.
Who made man's mouth?
So I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders.
He's gonna kill the king and then Ramesses becomes king? Is that what he meant?
You shall do mine.
And that's how he parts the sea. Wow, the animation here.
With you. They are free.
Yeah, her saying you're just one man, it kind of ties back to the father's song.
Of a life with dignity.
You know, just one person can make a change or start a motion.
For my people.
Look how skinny they are as well. And they just let him in. I'm surprised he could return so easily. Yeah, it's Ramesses on the throne.
Ramesses.
Is it really?
And he has a son. It must have been a while.
It's so good to see you.
The punishment for such a crime... Death! We hesitate to say it.
Be still. I pardon forever all crimes of which he stands accused. The Prince of Egypt.
He could use this power as prince.
He commands that you let his people go.
Commands?
Who can't command the king? Wow.
Impressive. I'll play along.
Does he not believe it?
So you think you've got friends in high places? You'll know what power is when we are done.
They've always disliked him, haven't they? So
A greater Egypt than that of my father.
That is not what I see.
Moses, I cannot change what you see. He was a great leader.
His hands bore the blood of thousands of children. I'm sorry.
I will not be the weak link.
Yeah, it's all been set up throughout his whole life.
Their workload has been doubled, thanks to your God.
Oh, and they all resent him now.
When did God start caring about any of us? In fact,
Yeah, they don't believe in him.
caring about slaves. Was it when you found out that you were one of us?
They don't trust him. He needs to prove himself.
Let my people go!
Was that God's voice going through him? Because that's what God told him to say, isn't it?
Take the staff in your hand, Moses.
Turn it to wine. How can they not believe after
It's
blood? Okay. Is it blood or wine? I wasn't sure which was which. Just because, you know, it's a classic tale that Jesus turned the water to wine. I just assumed it was wine, not blood.
Explain this to me.
There's no way you can explain that away. He's not going to believe that.
I've indulged you long enough.
So is it the parting of the sea that finally proves himself?
The priests did the same thing.
They just put some powder in to change the colour. He didn't taste it. Now God's punishing them. This is just gonna make Ramesses hate him.
All the innocent who suffer from your stubbornness and pride.
He had like spots and stuff, so he's not free of disease and things as well. The empire's crumbling.
We must bring this to an end.
If I recall correctly, you were there switching heads right along with me. You're always getting me into trouble.
Yeah.
You were always there to take me out of trouble again. Why can't things be the way they were before? My father had the right idea about how to deal with your people. And it's time I finished the job.
Please, you bring this upon yourself. Mark the lintel and posts of every door, and smite all the firstborn.
Oh, if that kills Ramesses' son, it's just gonna drive him insane. So this is kind of revenge for what the Pharaoh did, taking the firstborn of all of the others now. Yeah, that's the son.
Have my permission to go.
Leave me.
I guess if it didn't happen, it would have happened the other way around, because Ramesses was going to redo what his father did.
You will when you believe.
Wow. I don't know how to feel Like, obviously, I'm glad they're free, but can you call it a miracle when they just killed all these innocent young children? You know, Ramses' son didn't know any better. Why is he the one who is punished? Oh, the water there looks lovely. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, their children are dead, you know? Of course they want to go to war. Wow. Now he believes. How could you not? Yeah, they're taken to a land where everything will be plentiful, so... Oh, wow. Oh, so they're chasing them in. It's not over yet. Oh, he's still alive. So he's just on his own now. All his people are gone. He's just... The Ten Commandments, isn't it? Written in stone. Okay. Wow. I mean, I can see what all the hype was about, you know. It's so well made, all the music is phenomenal, the animation, you know, you tell at times it was kind of early CGI animation, but it still holds up quite well. And when you're engrossed so much into the story, that doesn't matter anyway, does it? We kind of blended the 3D and the 2D really well. Like when he parted the seas, obviously a lot of that was CGI, but there were like wisps and things that were still 2D. Yeah, all of the songs were just really great. They just add a sense of epicness to the story. And of course, the heart of this all is the relationship between the two brothers, Moses and Ramses. And it's heartbreaking seeing, you know, what happened and how it all turned out. I don't know how to feel about the ending, because obviously I'm glad all of the slaves are free. That's amazing. But at what cost? You know, all of these innocent people were killed. It seems kind of unjust. You know, why did God choose to kill the firstborns rather than just kill the adults? You know? And I get that it's like punishment because they did the same to the Hebrews, but it's not really, because you're not punishing the same people that did it, you're punishing innocent children. You know, so at the end they were calling it a miracle, but I can't agree with calling it a miracle. You know, it's all very hopeful, but that was just plaguing at the back of my mind while all this was happening. This rivalry, it was kind of set up from the start. As soon as Moses arrived in the basket, you can see how they were starting to be treated differently, and that would only build resentment between the two. You know, I think this comes down to the parenting, because you hold them to different standards, don't you know? The king, the pharaoh, he was holding Ramses to a different standard than he was Moses. Moses was getting away with things where Ramses couldn't. And, you know, through that just teaches the wrong messages, and he, you know, he wanted so much to not be the weakest link, but that worked against him because he was trying so much to respect his father's honor that he wanted to recreate the atrocities that his father did. I think the power kind of got to him in the end. I think kind of at the start, Moses and Ramses are kind of very similar characters, and it's only through learning about his people that kind of and being and leaving that he gains humility, and he finds true happiness when he's away, when he finds the truth and can live a simple life. I really liked so when he went away, there was this tribe where he stayed, and the leader, I really liked his message. It was, you know, you don't measure your self-worth by what you make or how much money you have and things like that. Your self-worth is your own. It's a really good message. You know, and even the small good things you do are good things. And I think all of the moments where there were like acts of God were really impressive. When God first showed up to Moses at the little shrub and was, you know, there's this scene where this energy was surrounding him. It was really majestic. And then, of course, when the sea is parted, you know, the music and the visuals were so great. When you think, when I think of the sea parting, I imagine it just kind of slowly opening, but really the way they did this, there was so much grandeur and majesty with it, and combined with the music as well, the way it kind of swelled upwards, it was just really epic and grand. And there's also a message here about how hatred is taught, how the Pharaoh passed it on to Ramses, and then Ramses was almost passing it on to his son, because, you know, when his son sees Moses, he was like, I'm scared. Who is this? Why is he here? You know, he blamed Moses for what was happening. Seeing how the brothers go down two different paths is just really heartbreaking and agonizing. Seeing, you know, the ego and the power, it just gets to Ramses and he doesn't know what to do with it, especially when things start to crumble down. I think what this movie shows as well is, you know, it deals with topics of slavery, and it's a kids movie. You know, at the end of the day, it's a cartoon. It's, you know, but you shouldn't have to shy away from these tough topics with kids. You know, they're much smarter than a lot of people give them credit for. Not everything has to be minions and slapstick. Big important lessons that can be taught through animation and animated shows and things targeted for kids. Sometimes things targeted for kids are more mature than things targeted at adults. I think what works really well with musicals is, you know, a lot of times when a song happens, there's a montage, and I really love when films, they feel really grand and how they feel like they take place over a long time. You know, sometimes you go into a film and you're so immersed, it comes out and it feels like you've been in there for more than just 2 hours. And with musicals, it kind of lends itself to that because you can have montages to show passages of time really well. And I really love that about this. You know, you feel so immersed and into the story. Some of the music I really loved. There's, of course, when Moses finds his sister and she starts reciting the one that her mother said as he was running away. And the one kind of when he got back to the palace and his whole perspective was kind of crumbling. That song was really great. And of course, some of the score as well, when the parting of the seas happened, it was just so grand. I can see why people call this the best animated film of all time. For me, you know, it probably isn't my favorite. There's probably ones that I prefer over this, but from like an objective standpoint, all the storytelling and the music and the directing was all really great. I can see completely why. Okay, I think that's everything for now. So thank you for watching. Be sure to leave a like or a comment, or even subscribe. Leave any comments or recommendations. And yeah, bye.